Good evening, everyone. This is Jim LaBuda here once again. Today we're going to take a look at another professional golf swing, and today it's going to be the golf swing of Brandt Snedeker, who today shot a first round 59 in the 2018 Wyndham Championship. So Brandt Snedeker has been known for years now as one of the most consistent ball strikers and consistent players on tour. So we're going to take a look at a couple things that as an amateur golfer, you're a recreational golfer, you can do to help your golf swing, things that Brandt does that you can model your swing with. So let's take a look at a couple of things he does. Number one, I want you to look at the position of his feet right now. For a right-handed player, he does two things here. His left foot is set out at about a 45-degree angle perpendicular to the target, but his right foot is at a 90-degree right angle to the target. So for any of you who have ever taken a in-person golf lesson with me or done one of my virtual coaching sessions, this is something that I really strongly encourage, and I really like his foot position here. The reason his right foot is at a good angle right now, being perpendicular to the target right now, is because as we go ahead and load up into our right side, having that right foot at a perpendicular or right angle to the target really helps us load and creates that brace against the right side that we need to, so we can create the tension in there to unload into the golf swing. Number two, his left foot being flared out a little bit at a 45-degree angle. For those of you that don't have the flexibility in your left hip to be able to clear completely through impact, this is something you can do to help with that swing and to help with that follow through, is to make sure that that foot is turned out at about a 45-degree angle. Now, we don't want to see both feet turned out at 45-degree angles, because then a lot of times that allows for an over rotation of our right hip. So we want to make sure the right hip is only rotating back about 45 degrees. So that's why we like to see the right foot at a 90-degree angle to the target line and the left foot flared out about 45 degrees. So as we go in and take a look at his swing here, Brandt's got a really great takeaway, gets into a perfect takeaway position here. Chest is rotated, and he's taking the golf club away by turning his upper body. But the main thing I want to look at here is going to be, let me fix this. Main thing I want to look at is going to be his right hip. Now, as he takes the golf club away, you can see that he really loads into that right side and really kind of gets into and really sits kind of into his right heel. But the other main thing he does here as he takes the golf club away is we're going to look at his lateral movement. We've talked for a long time now about how there should be no lateral movement in the golf swing, but that's really not true. You've got to allow for some lateral movement in your swing. So now we're going to watch as he moves away from the golf ball here. You can see how his head moves away from that line that I drew, but yet his right hip also kind of gets a little bit bigger of a line there. So he's moving his upper body away from the golf ball to be able to load into that right side. But the thing that Brandt does really well, which you can watch here, you can see how he really, look at that lateral movement into the left side, but he starts the downswing by using this left hip muscle and this left oblique, and really starts pulling that side into the golf ball. He's creating a great deal of lag here with his arms and the golf shaft, which is going to create a tremendous amount of power that he can then transfer into the back of the golf ball. You can see he's still holding this lag here, but again, as we've talked about in some of these other swing analyses we've done, his right foot is not off the ground, so he's not pushing with his right side. He's not using his hips and really spinning those out. His hips are just slightly open to the target. If you look at his shoulders have returned back to basically a square position. So again, he's not using any excessive rotation of his body to try and create power, but he's using the ground, he's using gravity, and he's using that lag that he created in his backswing by being able to load up into his right side and then shift laterally here into his left side. That's what creates a great deal of lag. Now, as the golf ball is then sent on its way here after impact position, you can see how his head is still staying down. In this position, His left hand is really starting to release. You can see the golf club here. If you look at the head of the club, it's already facing, the face of the club is already facing behind him. That means the golf club has turned into a full release position. Most amateurs that I teach these days, unfortunately, have trouble with this concept, and they still have the face of the club pointing out to the right side, which really causes a push or helps you really hit those weak, high right shots off to the right-hand side. So, as Brandt now here gets into a full follow-through, you can see his right foot comes off the ground, fully into his left side, and a really good follow-through. So, again, if you're looking to become a little more consistent in your golf swing, a couple things you can do. Number one, check your foot position here like Brandt Snedeker. Make sure that as a right-handed golfer, your right foot is at a 90-degree angle to your target line. The left foot, you can flare out about 45 degrees. Number two, allow for some lateral movement in your backswing. Get into that right side. Make sure you're loading up that right side for a right-handed player. And make sure as you shift back laterally to the left, you make sure the first move you do is by starting that downswing with the lower body, pulling with that left oblique, that left hip muscle, and then allowing for a full release of the golf club, making sure that after impact, the face of that club is going to be pointed off to the left-hand side. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this analysis. If you did, please click the like button below. Also, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click the subscribe button below. Also, click the bell icon so you're notified anytime I upload a new analysis or a new video to this site. Guys, thanks very much for watching this. Always keep it in the fairway and have yourself a great day.